Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Maxi, and I have another video for you guys. Today, I want to talk about Crypto.com CRO, take a look at Bitcoin, and give you guys my opinion on where I think we could be headed. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop into this video. So guys, first things first, over on Twitter, you can follow me at 333Maxi. We are on day 45 of proposing Crypto.com to market buyback and burn CRO with a percentage of quarterly profits. Binance has been doing it. Crypto.com should do it. It will be very, very good for the CRO price. The CRO fam is strong. We can start this conversation, and it will drive speculation to Cronos and CRO, and we will fight for the dollar CRO. If we start to get this conversation started, it will drive that speculation, and CRO will go to the moon. Let's start this conversation. Let's get this in front of Chris Marszalek. Let's get this in front of Crypto.com. Let's get this in front of Cronos Labs, guys. Share this post. I post it every day. We are going to start this conversation. So the overall market right now, Bitcoin is trading at $59,455, down about 1.5%. Bitcoin dominance barely below 56%. When you exclude stablecoins, however, we're sitting at about 58% Bitcoin dominance. I do think that dominance is topped out. That being said, I do think that it's topped out until we see that next impulse wave either to the upside or to the downside on Bitcoin, for Bitcoin to make a decision in a volatile way, breaking to new lower lows or breaking above that $72,000 price level. If we do break above that $72,000 price level, I do expect big liquidity shifting into Bitcoin. But until that happens, I do think that Bitcoin dominance is topped out. You should expect much more volatility in the altcoins. Now, where are the altcoins going to go? Where's CRO going to go? Let's take a look at CRO, because CRO right now is flirting with death. I'm not going to lie, guys. Death is an exaggeration. I don't want to be a super mega bear, but it is on a very important level. And same with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin is in a very indecisive level, usually a lot of the altcoins, the majority of the altcoins are in the same position. And we can see, I mean, look at this candle, guys. Come on. I mean, talk about frustration in the market, getting a huge move to the downside and followed by a massive pump to the upside, only to close basically where the previous just barely lower from the previous week. But it's not making a decision. We need to wait for Bitcoin to make a decision. We're trading sideways. Right now, I think that the risk is to the downside when it comes to altcoins, but I do think if Bitcoin, like I said, makes its decision, it all depends on the decision. If we're just going to trade around sideways here on Bitcoin and chop around, there's probably going to be some more blood in the streets. You're probably going to see CRO make its way back down to this 0.0830 cent level, which I know is very frustrating to see after you see this massive pump where we broke above 10 cents, just to be brought back down to 15 cents. It's just the market, guys. It's just the market. I can't change the swing of the market, but it's just what I'm seeing play out here. I do think that movements to the downside are much more likely here if Bitcoin decides to continue this sideways chop of indecision. But, this is the month of August. We've been talking about this. It's generally a bearish month. It's generally a time when a lot of big money goes on vacation. Their kids are going away to school next month, so they're stepping away. They're spending time with the family. It's the summertime, sell in May, walk away. It's you would have been profitable if you've done that so far. Now, when are we going to make moves to the upside? Well, we need to wait for Bitcoin. So what's Bitcoin doing? Right now on the weekly, like I said, we are seeing barely, I mean, if you want to call it, we're making a move to the upside, but guys, we closed below $60,000, and I really wanted to see a weekly candle closure above $60,000 on the previous weekly. I do think that the monthly is a much more important time frame, but we did break below these key resistance levels here with wicks. We didn't candlestick below it on the weekly or anything terrible like that, but we did break resistance. So I do think that the risk is to the downside, sideways chop for an extended period of time. But really, the decision in my mind is the end of August. You know, guys, we've been chopping around for almost 6 months. Over 6 months. Hasn't it been over 6 months? Let's look at this. Yeah, 182 days. It's pretty crazy. 6 months. Wow. Wow. It's funny when you measure that out. But we've been chopping around for 6 months. I do think that August, the end of August, 18 days, 9 hours, we're going to have a decision. And if we don't see a move to the upside in the monthly candle closure of August above $65,000, we need to see monthly candle closures above $65,000. If we don't, well, then I would say, okay, expect more chop, more sideways price action throughout all of September, and don't really expect a rally until the end of the year. Expecting a rally around November, December. I think that's much more of an appropriate time frame. And I do want to say, this isn't all bearish, terrible news, because if we consolidate, put a longer term corrective period, if you will, don't really want to see more downside making new lower lows. Definitely don't want to see that. If we do see that, that's going to change my whole macro opinion of where we're at here on Bitcoin. So we really want to be staying above 60,000. We really want to see the August monthly close above 65,000. But if we don't, there's a chance of that, obviously. There's always invalidations. Then we probably trade sideways. Probably make our moves to the downside a little bit more and don't see that move to the upside to the end of the year. But I do expect it. Like I was saying, guys, this is not just all bearish news, because the longer we trade sideways here, in my opinion, the longer and higher we probably go for this bull market, probably leading into early 2025. You know, before this past 6 months of chop, I was saying, guys, we want to either see a breakout in April above all-time highs to set us up to about $90,000 Bitcoin, and that's probably a wrap for this market cycle, or we want to see this sideways chop for an extended, boring period of time to set us up for a much higher, maybe $150,000, $160,000 Bitcoin leading into 2025. And I think that that's what's happening right now. So it's not all bearish, guys. Coin is going to do well. Altcoins are going to do well as long as Bitcoin decides to make this decision to the upside. And there's no crazy black swan events, which there's a lot of interesting things that are playing out in the market right now and in the world. But it is an election year. I expect money to be printed. I expect money to get injected into the economy. So bullish for everything, basically. But Coin right now, guys, you need to be patient. You need to be patient. I know I sound like a broken record saying this about Coin, but man, Coin usually plays out at the end of the bull market. I sound like a broken record. I'm going to keep saying these things. The last 80% of the bull market, 80% of the move in the bull market happens in the last 20% of the bull market. And that's very true when it comes to Coin. Last bull market, we saw Coin go from 20 cents to $1 in the time span of a month. Those parabolic times have not happened yet for Bitcoin, guys. We've rallied from the bottom. Yes, we've rallied from the bottom. But we have not truly had the massive Bitcoin rally. We've not had this move, the 800% move. What we have had, when you look back here, is the move off the bottom. And then you trade sideways. You know, it's pretty interesting because people are comparing this drawdown here on Bitcoin to what we saw pre-halving in 2020. And it does have the same vibe as that, if you will. But I mean, that wick is nothing compared to this dump we saw when everyone thought that the world was ending. A true black swan event. But what happened is we V-shaped off of it and we were off to the races. And I think that we should be paying very close attention. You know, a month or two may sound like a long period of time, but when you're zooming out, looking at the monthly candles, It's really not, guys. I do think that these next larger moves are to the upside are right around the corner. Hopefully they're to the upside, but I do expect significant volatility right around the corner here, guys, in the next month or two. And like I said, if August doesn't close above 65,000, then we should be pushing the goalpost further down and go, okay, well, we'll wait for that volatility to come into the end of the year, but it will come. It will come. Guys, if you like this type of content, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. If you think that we can get Crypto.com to start this conversation about a CRO coin burn with a percentage of quarterly profits, smash that like button. Let me know in the comment section below. How can we get Crypto.com's attention? Should I burn more CRO coin? I give away CRO coin and then I match it and I burn it. I've been doing that. But also, check out some awesome referral links down below. We have a $5,000 sign bonus to Blowfin, $4,100 sign bonus to Femex. If you want to take advantage of some awesome free money on some leverage trading platforms, check those out. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. You got to be patient right now. Don't blow it. This next big move is going to be big. We just need to hope that Bitcoin makes that decision to the upside. That's all I got for you. See you in the next one. Bye.